Thank you so much for joining us. I'm heading to Atlantic City, as our owl mascot is telling you. Well, I'm heading to Atlantic City. I think I'm leaving here, getting on a plane about 1 or 2 o'clock, and actually getting on a plane about 4. I think we're leaving for the airport at 1 or 2 o'clock. And I'll be speaking there again. I've spoken there many times, delightfully. It's a convention for New York, Pennsylvania, and New Jersey. So those of you that live there, that may be a triple play, I would love for you to pop into one of the presentations and sit through and come in and say hello. Got a pretty full schedule, but if there's time to grab a cup of coffee or just speak for a little while, I would love to meet you. Forgive me if I don't recognize you. Awkward moment happens sometimes at those conventions. All right, as mentioned last week, today we're going to start the topic of your marketing plan for 2015. So we're going to introduce your marketing plan today. Today on Mondays is the day when we invite everyone. So there's no password, well, there's a password for today, but we open Mondays to everyone. So I like to cover a topic that gives you a flavor of what we do with our coaching program. So I'm going to give you lots of thoughts that will help you set up your marketing plan for 2015. And if you're not a coaching client already and you're interested in the expansion of those comments, how to pull those things off, how to do them best, you feel free to hook up with us, talk to us about coaching, and for a very modest fee, you get everything that we have that we can possibly give you. All right. Excuse me. Coffee there? Yes. A real estate agent's strong start to 2015. You know, in January, as the year starts, we'll talk about getting a strong start. But man, if I talked about a strong start in January, it's just not, just not relevant now. So the strongest start begins now with an agent's intelligently designing your marketing. If you can get your marketing launched in January, so you're really ready for it. You're not working on it in January. In January, you're contacting people. But right now, you're getting your farm marketing. You're getting your sphere of influence marketing. You're going to sites, gathering gathering information for your social media postings, looking at different sites. So we'll talk more about this on our live coaching call today. On Mondays and Wednesdays, we have live coaching calls at 8:30 and 11:30, and I'll be there with you for both of them today, 8:30 and 11:30. And a reminder, even though we're beginning to talk about the first weeks in December and getting your marketing ready for next year and your business planning for 2015, it's December 8th. Oh, mistake there. You still have 2 full weeks. I remember wanting to change that. I guess I didn't. You still have 2 full weeks to work before the Christmas week. And man, I want you to work. This week and next week, I want you to work. I want you to be calling people, showing houses, making appointments, working on your business. I don't want you to act like December is a month off, because you know why, particularly this year with Christmas and New Year's on Thursdays, man, after this next weekend, the 20th, the 21st, start to relax and have a great time, and then take a couple weeks really relaxed, hopefully lots of time off. But right now, I want you to bear down. So it's December, and it's important to do. I was saying two things. Really, there's 3 things. I added one. I said commit to your work and exceed your December goals. And if you don't have December goals, you really need to talk to us, because every month you want to have a sales under contract goal, a listing goal. You want to be aware of your income. And each week you want to have an appointments per week goal. And that's why our coaching clients are so focused and do so well when they follow through. And most do. As well as committing to exceed your goals in December, you want to set your goals for 2015 and then prepare for your 2015. But this is all while you're making December happen. And today we're going to talk about preparing your January marketing. Actually, preparing your marketing for the whole year. But right now, we want you to prepare for your January marketing. So let's talk about marketing. Let's remember and remind ourselves of what marketing is, specifically for real estate agents, and what you really do need and want to plan for. So there are 5 parts to marketing, and I'm going to pose to you some questions about each of these parts as we go. There are your markets. It's called marketing because you have specific markets. Okay? Your markets for a real estate agent, your best markets are your sphere of influence and your geographic farm. Now people say, Rich, what about like your internet and Zillow and blogging and your email blasts? Your email blasts probably go to your sphere of influence, okay? And those other things are not marketing, they're advertising, they're lead generating. But when we talk about marketing, which means making an impression on people, being top of mind for a specific group, aiming your efforts at a specific group for whom you will be top of mind when they think of real estate, there's really two main groups. It's your sphere of influence and your farm. There's a message. So which of those two or both do you really want to make a priority in 2015? Make that decision now. Sphere of influence and farm or farm. Which of those do you want to make a priority? Do you want to make sure that you plan and pull off better or even better for 2015? And then you have a message. And we have what I call on-message marketing. You sell real estate and you're good at it. That's your message. When you see a Geico commercial, they say, we sell insurance and we're good at it. We can do it in 15 minutes. We have satisfied customers. But the overall message is we sell real estate and we're good at it. We sell insurance and we're good at it. For you, you don't say that in your marketing, but the way your marketing is constructed, and we'll go over that again today, it sends the message, I sell real estate and I'm good at it, and anything that you do in your marketing that doesn't send that message is what we call off-message. And off-message marketing just doesn't make the phone ring nearly as well as on-message marketing. And again, I don't see a slide here that we're going to give you examples. We'll do that during this week. But you want to be on-message, and on-message is Vivian sells real estate and she's good at it. You want to create a brand. You want a brand within your sphere of influence is as recognizable as Starbucks or Coca-Cola. When they see a postcard, when they see a piece of mail, when they see something coming from you, it's a little harder to do this online. It would be ideal if you could keep your brand online, but it's much more expensive to have online designers be consistent with your brand. It's possible. So with all your direct mail marketing and all of the other marketing pieces in your advertising, within your sphere of influence, when they even glance at the design, the layout, the look, your picture, they know immediately that it's you. You are recognizable by your brand, and we want to build that into your marketing. What media do you use? Well, your media are dependent on your market, but we're going to focus, and we always focus a lot on the very direct media built along with the internet marketing. So a combination of what we might call traditional media and internet marketing, but no decisions there. It depends on what market you focus on. Marketing for your farming is slightly different than marketing for your sphere of influence. And measure. We want you to keep track of what you're spending on your marketing so that at the end of the year you know if you spent $1,000, you've made more than $4,000 because of that. We want a minimum 400% return on your investment. So going back to the top, your sphere of influence are your spheres of influence. Your sphere of influence is or are your first marketing priorities. If you're not marketing to your sphere of influence, you are missing more business than anything else you don't do in your business. That's sort of a weird thought. But when you're marketing, you are capturing more of the business and more of what you might call the low-hanging fruit, the easy business, the business that will be more cooperative with you and most of the time less frustrating. Farming is your second marketing priority. Why? Because you're selling houses. Where are the houses? In neighborhoods. If someone thinks of you as the person who can get them the highest price for their house, they're going to choose you. If someone thinks that you know more about how to help get their friend the best, their friend, their neighbor, their son, their daughter, themselves, the best buy in a particular neighborhood because you know the values and you know the secret inventory, they're going to choose you. So your sphere of influence is your first marketing priority, and your farming areas are your second marketing priority. Now, within your spheres of influence, there's 9 things that we've distinguished that you can do. Some of them you can start right away. The regular intelligent mailings you'll start next year, but you'll design them now. You can already be writing 1, 2, 3 personal notes a day to past clients, to people you know, to people you see in the news that you know who they are. You can start calling and texting people in your sphere of influence right away. See how their year is. See how their house is. You can reward the people with you can reward the people that sent you referrals throughout the year and continue to reward them so that you really nurture, stimulate, and motivate more referrals. And this is a great time of year, or January is even better, to send a random gift to all the people that sent you referrals in the past year. That's all part of your sphere of influence marketing. Now, it's January. It'll be January. This is a January 2015 calendar. I want you to choose a date, either Friday, January 9th, or Friday, January 16th. Pick one or the other, and by that date, I want you to have your first or your next sphere of influence marketing piece out in the mail. Okay? By January 9th or January 16th, I want you to follow our instructions, listen to our marketing webinars, call in for support, do whatever you need to have us help you get your next sphere of influence marketing piece out, better designed, that will generate more business, and pick a date right now. Will it be by January 9th or by January 16th? And I gave you the second date simply because if you're going away or you just don't get it done by Christmas week, I want you to get it done that first full week in January. Now, before we go, I want to talk for a few minutes about, so just to go back for a second, which of these things will you absolutely have begun doing by the 9th or the 16th of January and get your mailing out by then? Why? Because I want people right after the first of the year, when they're a little bored or they're a little tired, they're looking a little bit more closely at their mail, to be reminded and then reminded again, possibly in February or March, in April and May, so that when the heat of the season comes, you're the first thing on the top of their mind when it comes to buying, selling, or referring someone to buy or sell real estate. So let's talk for a moment about two more things. Farming. I want you to decide if you're going to farm in 2015. If you are, these are the first 6. These are really all 6 steps that you farm. We have an excellent webinar on farming and support on that effort. So I want you to choose whether you're going to farm, and then by the end of the year, getting into 2015, just perhaps choose your farm area. Branding, okay? The things that create your identity in the minds of your market. And if you look at these brands, there isn't a single word on the page that tells you what brands they are, but I'll bet most of you know all of them, or all of you know most of them. We've got Disney, and Apple, or Macintosh, and Geico, and Mercedes-Benz, and Nike, and Facebook, and Twitter, without a word. And I want you to build your brand just as strong. So when we get into branding, we're going to talk about what we call your brand graphics, or your visual brand, and how to create that. And we're going to talk about your brand experience, the consistency of the experience that people have when they buy or they sell through you. So your brand experience is a second part of your brand, both of which make up the memorable parts of your business. So when people think of you, they think of real estate, and when they think of real estate, they think of you. So your sphere of influence, your farming, your brand are all the key pieces. And what I'd like you to start to do this week, while you're planning for 2015, while you're hitting your December goals, exceeding your December goals, I want you to just get started with some decision making and some parts of your marketing. You can farm more than one area at a time, Vivian. So we absolutely can farm more than one area at a time. And get on our live calls. We'll talk to you all about this. As a coaching client, we have the webinars and the workbooks on all these topics, on marketing, on branding, on farming, on all the other topics of your business. We're not limited by those. We have form scripts and checklists. Form scripts and checklists are a little less relevant to the marketing, but checklists certainly are. And most importantly, we have the best measurement tool in the business for measuring your goals and the progress of your business. So you know if you're making money on your marketing. You know if you're on pace or off pace. And the tool we use is called our success charts. Keep you more focused and more motivated than any other tool in business, in real estate for certain. And it also makes sure that you keep focused on your business plan throughout the entire year, 2015, and every year. All right, hug the ones you love. If you're not a coaching client, call us, hook up with us, 585-244-2700, and we look forward to having you join us. Hug the ones you love. Make a great day. I'm going to be on the live call in just a moment, now and then again at 11:30. Be well. If you're going to be in Atlantic City, perhaps I'll see you there. Hug the ones you love. Make a great day. Make a sale. Get a listing. Enjoy this last couple of weeks before you take a little bit of a break for the Christmas holidays. Be well. Bye.